Audio is going to be the death of me. But anyways, thank you, Lord, for a new day to trade. Not financial advice, educational purposes only. Shorting small caps is very risky. All right. So I haven't traded anything this morning. Haven't seen anything I liked. So looking for fresh pops. OPTX and TIVC are currently the top gainers at only 37 and 40%. I'm not really interested in either one of these, so we'll look and see what kind of fresh pops we get. Trade Ideas is on. Good morning, good morning. Nice day in trading yesterday, folks. All right. Let's see what kind of PRs we get. We got some coming in. Might not be super liquid today because getting close to Christmas. The volume usually dies down a little bit. TIVC's pushing up, retesting highs. I don't know anything about this one, so let me see. Might be missing a good opportunity here. 1.7 million float, American, high overall offering risk. No recent news. And we're at some previous level highs. I want to see what it does at this level. It's up 50%. That's quite a bit. No shares available, so even if I wanted to get in it, I couldn't. Okay, well, I don't see anything yet. Yesterday was a trade and roller coaster for me. Ended the day green, but it seemed like I would win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one intraday. So maybe a little bit smoother day today. Good morning, good morning. Do you use the paid version of AskEdgar? I do. But you can get away. So I think they have changed it up. I think as long as you sign in or create a login, you should at least be able to see like the high, low, medium ratings. But they have changed it up, so don't miss. So I know previously all you had to do was just sign in, and you got, because that's all you really need. It's just looking at the quick glance, what kind of company it is, cash need, whatever. Obviously, if you want to dig in and take it to another level of research, which I recommend as well, but I just know some people aren't into it that much. I really recommend the paid version too, though, if you're going to use it and if you like digging in, because the AskEdgar Discord is next level. Like, even when they pop, it'll give chart history, and their dilution history, their cash needs, their, what kind of history that they've, completed in the past regarding warrants and things like that. I'm gonna see if there's any locates on TIVC. No, there's still no locates. And when you say a company is bad, is that just because of dilution rating on AskEdgar? I mean, for the most part, yeah, it's offering availability, dilution, what cash they need. So a lot of times when I say it's bad, its overall offering risk is high, because that tells you it's just a company that's blowing capital and using the market to, take money. That's what these small caps do. That's their game. Especially like biotech, they spend a crap ton of money. So they'll release a PR, it pumps, they do an offering, dilute, steal money from the market, and then it crashes, and then they do a reverse split, they have a low float, it makes the price go up, and they just rinse and repeat. So yeah, I define that as a bad company. So that's kind of my definition. TIVC's pushing. I wish there would have been a 7 o'clock pop, because this might have stole attention. I can't short it. I don't have any locates for it. I would have really liked it on this move. But maybe that's a blessing in disguise. Let's see if it keeps pushing. But yeah, so back to AskEdgar. And I got a link in my description if anybody's interested in AskEdgar. Again, I don't get anything out of it, especially if you just use a free one. And I do recommend that for most people. But if you really want to dig in to like really, I mean, they share almost everything about it, even historically, how they respond to, to dilution or to pumps. Are they historically faders? Things like that. But the free version I used for a long time. And speaking of that, I might say this again on the live stream, but trade ideas, my scanner I use, they're having a 25% off Christmas sale. I got a link in the description for that as well. It would be code TBOWS, TBOWS 25. They run little sales around the holidays, so if you're looking for a scanner, it's not a bad time to pick one up. And Trade Ideas, they have like back testing, some AI trading stuff. They have all kind of stuff. Honestly, I don't really look at it much besides the scanner and the back testing. So did this morning on the PR pops, but we'll get something. But again, this is kind of expected getting closer to Christmas. Yeah, I have a momentum scanner, but I think it's a little too dialed in because I don't see all the pops. But yeah, so mine's based on how quick a ticker moves in a 1 minute candle. It's not like how much it pops or whatever. It's based on 1 minute candle. I get an alert if it increases over 15% in one candle. That doesn't mean I'm immediately interested, but I wanna see it. So yeah, I can't get any locates on it, so no matter where it gets to, I can't play it. But yeah, you're right. At 3, there you go. 337. Oh, I forgot I have it on the charts now. Locates available in TZPro. That's weird. Locates are back. Let me see. Sometimes there's just none available at that moment. Yeah, they are available. So I'm gonna wait to get them, even though I probably should grab some. Let me see what it's looking like. Because it's been honoring the 9 and it's pretty far away from it. I might just grab these locates. If it pushes a little bit closer to 3, I'm gonna get an entry. Okay, got my starter at 298. It could push up higher here, so I only entered half my size. And then I'm gonna just hold on to the rest if it makes another little strong candle up, but I don't know if it's gonna come back to the 9 VWAP before it makes the next move up. I'm assuming it is, hence why I got in, so. But playing it small for now. There we go. Does have a pretty low float, 1.77. There we go. So added a little bit right here on this move, and then I have 1,000 waiting, but 329 and what was that, 35? Yeah. But yeah, added a little here, and then this real size is going to be up there. So 329 and 339 is where my next ads are. OPTX might be worth watching. There we go. Up about 200 bucks on it, so I might actually trim some here. So I'm out completely. $282, and then just in case it pushes up, I don't want to be in it, so $185, so I guess not 200, but a little quick, easy, 185 bucks. But let's see if it pushes to, I'll probably wait to enter until it gets to the 200. I'll let this pop some MACD crossover. Yeah, I can't even see the MACD. So yeah, I'm just going to play this one. Every time it just makes an extended move, I'll just try to get close to the top and then just catch a little bit of the flush if there's nothing else going on. That so far has been a pretty predictable pattern how this trades, but I don't, because of the float, I'm gonna take profit pretty quick on it. That's why I got out at 282. It's just because if it does push, it could push pretty strong. Institutional ownership 11%, insider 4.8. So I like that. Float 1.7-ish. So there's not too many red flags besides the float being small. And I saw what you said, OPTX might be worth watching. I agree. I just don't, it's kind of in no man's land right here for me. So I'm going to just casually keep an eye on it. OPTX looks like it's breaking the, what was that? That's the 50. Yeah, the 50 moving average. I know I don't really play red candles, but now that it's broken under the 50, if it closes here and then it tries to push back up, I might be a little interested in it, because this is the first time it's broke the 50. since this pump today. But I want to keep my eyes on TIVC. I like the ones that's in a bullish formation in pre-market. I want to see it push, because there's a good chance it could push to the 200 and fail. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I paid it. So overall, I think I ended yesterday 1800, 1900 green, but my fees were outrageous. And that tends to happen with when I play tickers under $1. So TradeZero is commission free for most of my trades. There's a lot of days I pay 0 commissions. And most days it's like $5 to like 20, 30 bucks or whatever. Which isn't bad, but when I play the dollar tickers less than $1, the commissions are pretty steep. And I played HX. That was the trade of the day in the Discord. I wrote a little bit about it, but that's one I should have just avoided anyways, because it had 80% institutional ownership. I was trading it the whole day, didn't even realize that, but the dollar level was really nice on it. 2 solid flushes at $1, psychological level. Then it ended up going crazy at the end of the day. But the point is, hopefully I can keep my fees down a little bit today, because it ate up a lot of those gains yesterday. Because weird, TradeZero is for me is very good when it comes to commission, unless I'm playing tickers under $1, then it's pretty pricey. ANY, or are you saying any? What time do you, wrong window. What time do you trade for the end of day fades? So I usually start about 2:30. But again, most of the action isn't until like the last 30 minutes and sometimes the last 10 minutes. But I get my position starting around 2:30. The live stream doesn't start till 2:30. And then they typically just start fading on the end of the day on Fridays. Last week was probably one of the least exciting end of day fades. There just wasn't a lot of really intense fades, but a lot of times you'll just see some nasty flushes on end of day Fridays. People don't want to hold it over the weekend and they just start flushing. But this Friday wasn't as eventful as it usually is. But that's how it is with end of day fades. Sometimes they all fade, sometimes only 1 or 2 fade. Do you have the free or paid platform using TradeZero? I use mobile, so I don't use either. I just use the mobile. I'm trading on my phone like a caveman. The reason I say caveman is just like, I don't think it's ideal. But, so I'm not the best to speak on that. But I do like the pro platform. Do you use level 2 on your phone? No, I don't use any of that. I don't use level 2. You see, I don't even have volume on my charts. I just read what the candles are doing. I made over 200 K on the Bear Wall Street, and just as much as that on my personal account last year, and I didn't even have VWAP on my chart, just moving averages. So I try to keep it super simple. Obviously, now that I'm live, I've added other things to my chart, but try not to get too caught up in too many indicators, too much action on the charts. And not saying they're not good, especially level 2. If I do add something, it would probably be level 2, but try to keep it simple. Because there's a reason I started mobile, is because I was traveling a lot, so I just wanted to trade on my phone. Any cleaner, you'd be trading with the screen off. True. This is the most I've ever had on my chart, so still not that much. Yeah, no hotkeys. But again, like, it's not really a flex. It's more just like I'm hard-headed and haven't transitioned to because it's working. You know, I'm still making money doing it, so I haven't been forced to change. But I don't. If you have the resources, I would recommend doing it on desktop, not mobile. Because like when I'm placing my orders, I don't even see the chart. You can't have both up at the same time. So I click on a chart, and then I kind of got to remember what the price is, the levels it's at. Then I click on the short or locate, and then you can see up at the top the price moving up and down. So you kind of got to remember where you're at. And you can't look at more than one ticker at once. So it's not the most ideal. But I think they have a good mobile app, but there's just no way to make it as efficient as desktop. I think they do a good job. I like their mobile app, but there's only so much you can do on a little screen. I'm very curious to know if it bounces here. Y'all know one of my, if I do enter a long, it's usually when the 9 and the VWAP are lined up. So I wonder if it's bounces here. I like when those are lined up, the locates are unavailable or really high, and it's very low float. Those are usually my criteria to go long. What are your thoughts when the price goes sideways for a bit at an upper level like TIVC is doing right now? More likely to flush or less likely? I'm not really thinking too much because it's done this a few times. Like, look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next candle strong. So 1, 2. There was only 2. 1, 2. I mean, I think this is pretty predictable. I guess it is technically trading sideways some, but I think it's still just kind of following this pattern. That's why I was kind of joking about taking a long here, because until this pattern breaks, until something steals attention from it, might just keep doing this. So my guess is what happens. I could be wrong. It might just flush here, but my guess is it's going to hang around here, then bounce off and either flirt with new highs or make new highs. So I for like this setup, I just think it's just still following the pattern. Yeah, I changed something. I did it low latency or whatever it's called. So it's only supposed to be like, yeah, like you said, 3, 4, 5 seconds delay. But yeah, since nothing else is moving, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this bounces a little bit. But 7:30 is 2 minutes away. Do I take a long to make it exciting? Took a little long here. Have a very tight stop with it, and then I'll switch up at the top and short it. Could be wrong, but I'm just gonna see what it does here. $2.75 was the entry. So up about 11 cents on it. Let's go. Probably will take profit quick on it because I don't know what I'm doing long. $7.30. When it hits 7.30, I'll probably close this position just because I want to be looking for shorts. So it's 7.30 now. Let's see what's coming out. Oh, not much news. I think a lot of time, let's say, there's a big flag forming ahead there. That makes sense, Zach. T-Mac, are you good now? That's a win, bro, if you were down bad. LITM just got some news released. Merry Christmas. Yes, it's your Christmas present. I just trimmed half at 287 of my long. I have trouble staying in longs. So just see what the rest of these have to do. I'm not low expectations. I don't really want to be on in a slow grinder. I just thought it might bounce a little harder there. So only in half my position now, but still not seeing any shorts. Y'all see anything? TRIB. Oh, and we're at a 200. What is going on with this one? We're still pushing a little bit. I'll grab some locates on this one. Only 20,000 shares have been traded on it, so it's pretty low volume. But I might take a stab. So I'm in 109. Now I gotta do some research on it. $12 million float, overall offering risk high. Okay, I'm just gonna see what happens to this one. I'm in it. Pretty, not crazy size, just 1,000 shares. Pushing a little bit. Did it have news? Let's see what the news is. Trinity Biotech awarded a major order for 9 million HIV tests. So I'm gonna add some more here. That news feels weak. A one-time order. Starting to push a little bit though. I'm only in 1,500 shares as of right now though. And then if we get up to like the 120s, I'll add some more size. Here we are. So I got a little bit more size added here at 123, and my next one's 125. Getting a little push though. I'm down about 200 in it right now though. Got in a little early. Added a little more at 123. Dang, it's pushing. No, I closed out of TIVC whenever I went on to something else. But that's money rotation, guys. I'm over here chasing the new shiny ticker. That was the play right here. But I honestly didn't think TRIB would keep pushing like this. But money rotated away from TIVC. But no, thanks for the heads up. I closed this one whenever I got in TRIB. Jeez, this one's going against me a little bit. Where's it trying to go? Added a little bit more, 129, so I'm at 3,000 shares now. Need a pretty good flush though at this point. And the problem is when I get like this, I like to try to find like a key level and then just add like a decent amount of size. So when it flushes, it gets my average up, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it with this one. I just don't know what that key level is because it's already pushing past like maybe this little wick. Ooh, that's like 150 though. So I'm gonna keep scaling in it until I think there's no point in doing it anymore. So down about 400 on it now. Oh, now that's flushing though. A little bit better. Only about 300 now. Okay, now I'm back to break even. I'm covering. Get my size down. So my average is 120 on the dot, and I trimmed some at 121 just then. I might trim some more if it keeps dropping. And I trimmed another little bit at 123. Got my size down, so then whenever it pushes back up, I can add more size if I want to. So took a small loss on these exits, but it got my size way down, and now I'm in a much more comfortable position. So cool. And yeah, I took a few cent loss on those, but I'm fine with that. Got my size down just in case it keeps pushing. Bro, is it making a new high? Oh, it tried to. Because what usually will happen like this is, again, there's not much else moving though, but usually what will happen is it'll finally make that flush. I'll trim down my size. And then it'll usually come back to try to retest and fail. And then I'll add some size up here. 'Cause I just added some of those shares back at 134 or 133, I think. But if this keeps pushing and making new highs, that's not a good sign. Might keep pushing. But anyways, so I added some more of my size up. So now my average is almost 123, 122 and some change. Still not great, but a lot better than it was. But got in too early with this one. It happens though. Let's go, Denny Burns. 9 million HIV tests, awarded a major order for 9 million HIV tests. So I added a little more at the 134. So I'm back to 3,000 shares. Average is now almost 124. So I don't need too much of a flush to get back. Probably should have trimmed all of it out on that last flush, but I wasn't sure if it was going to keep flushing. But it's not like just haul and tail against me, so still manageable. So I'll just keep an eye on it, see what happens. Maybe something else will pump here soon. And it might play out like I was saying, because it still hasn't broken a new high yet. Well, it technically did here, but it hasn't held it. So a lot of times you'll see it just push, 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 and then you'll get that red flush. And even if it recovers, a lot of times it'll just test the high and then start slowly falling. But there are instances, and we might see it here, where it keeps pushing. So we'll see what it does. Less predicting, more just playing what the price action gives me. But I hope it quits pushing. And now it's pushing up again. Let's see. Beast. Now we're pushing. So I might trim some here and then add some more back at 150, because it might get to this level that it tested. Yeah, it is going to. So I'm about to grab some locates here. I'm about to slam this thing at $1.50. Probably 3,000 shares. Yeah, I'm gonna do about 3,000 shares. And then if it fails, oh, and then if it breaks over 150 and holds, I'm just gonna have to bail really quick. So I got 1,000 shares at 148. No, 1,000 shares, 147. 1,000 shares, 148. 1,000 shares, 149. So if it gets there, I'm gonna just add a little bit of size. And then if it keeps going, I gotta cut. Because I'll be in too heavy. But yeah, this news is, I mean, 9 million order, that's not even like profit. That's just the size of the order. We don't know their margins and stuff. And it's only a one-time order. So the news really isn't like that crazy impressive, but doesn't matter. It's got momentum now. But I don't think it'll sustain. But at this point, I almost want it to push to 150 so I can just add some size up there. Which broker do you use? TradeZero. Yeah, that was a play, money rotation. Still attention. Tribe got all the attention. Or TRIB. Oh, I'm close to break even now though. Well, not really, but I'm gonna trim some here. Still about 5-6 cents away, but better than I was. So trimmed a little here, get my size down just in case it does push to 150. So I'm only in 2,000 shares now. Average is 125. I'm below VWAP, which is not ideal. You know what? I might trim another 500. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We'll see what happens here. Okay, I trimmed another 500 at 129, so I'm only in 1,500 shares. More just survival mode on this one. I want to make money on it, but I just also don't want to get too hurt on this one either. Yeah, so this is the one that I should have played, the money rotation play. And the reason I keep saying that is just not only for me, but for y'all to remember that's kind of the edge in this, and is the attention being stolen away. But I didn't think TRIB would push like this, I'll be honest. But there's not a lot moving. Decent PR, so been in this one a while. Dang, and I paid a bunch for those locates up there at 140. I think they were $10 per thousand, so I just dropped like $30 thinking it was about to get up there. Now I'm at break even. Trimmed a little here. So now I'm in very manageable size. If it flushes, I'm not going to make that much off of it, but survived it at least. I still kind of want it to push to $1.50 though. Now that I'm only in 1,000 shares. But I don't know if it's going to. We'll see. See what the 1 minute looks like. I'm about to do something probably a little reckless, but I'm about to add some size here and then just cut if it goes against me. Like have a super tight stop on these, just in case it fails right here. It might not. So if it gets up to 133, I'm just going to cover these, or 134, risk a couple cents. But just in case it fails right here, I'll be in a little bit heavier. It's working out so far, so let's see if it keeps going down. If it gets up to 134, I'm just going to cover those 1,000. Just play it super tight and then wait for a retest. But I wanted to add some size if we get flush right here, and it's playing out so far. I added some at 131, so back in a couple thousand shares. And the only reason I'm doing that is just because on the 1 minute, I'm banking on a failed VWAP attempt, and it's kind of stuck under the 9, so it could be all BS because it's still hanging above VWAP on the 5, but only risking a couple cents for potential big flush. So let's see. And 8 o'clock is right around the corner. Maybe something will bail us out, or bail me out. Maybe y'all were smarter, not stuck in it like me. Denny Burns, you got to give more than just broad. Like, what did you mean by zoom? Like, you can't say little rhymes like when in doubt, zoom out. Like, tell me some more details. What are we zooming out at? Give me something to work with here. Do you mean the gap fill? I use that all the time. Helps my hold. No, just I'm just trying to a little confused. Maybe I'm ignorant to it. But by the way, I added another 1,000, so I'm back at 3,000 shares. So let's see if we get a flush here. My average is now 120, almost 127. So if we get a flush here, I'll be all right. Are you saying, yeah? Well, all good. In at 27, 1,600 shares. Let's go. Let's see. Hopefully we get a flush. 8 o'clock is 2 minutes away. Let's see. Let's see. I'm hoping these couple thousand I just added right here will pay off. But like I said, super tight stop on these. If it gets to 134, I'm just covering these 2,000 ASAP. Not even thinking about it. I know you don't use volume, but I think it's telling a story. Volume is dropping off heavy. And it's not that I don't use volume. I can tell volume's dropping off by what I'm seeing. Like volume is a good indicator. I'm not denying that. I think most people use it, and I think they should. But I guess I can like tell that based on the maybe I can't tell it based on it, but like I'm by me adding size right there and seeing what it's doing was kind of telling me that, but I appreciate you letting me know though, because that's what it feels like. At least the volume's kind of dying off on it. Uh-oh, here we go. Let's see if it gets 134. Dang it. Dang it.
TIVC.
TIVC. I might.
OPTX.
I might wait. I'm actually going to add some right here And then same story. If it goes against me, I'm just going to cut it. Okay, added another 1,000 shares at 135. Let's see if anything else moving. Bro, if nothing else moves, I'm gonna cry. So I trimmed out of those shares, by the way. I'm not in those anymore. So if it plays, if it gets up to 140, let's see, about 143-ish, 140 to 140, probably 142. I'll add some more size. Oh, here we go. I got my fills. Let's go. Now it's got to fail though, or I got to bail quick. And see, and that's another reason I don't really look at like volume, because like I feel like that was misleading. Thing just took off. And I guess that's kind of what I mean by volume. It's just I'm just real with y'all. I just haven't found it useful. It hasn't helped me. I think it's legit and it works. Most people use it, but it just hasn't like improved my trading. So if I don't think it's improved my trading, I just don't have it on the chart. Maybe I just need to be trained on how to use volume. So just waiting. I got I'm in 7,000 shares now. So let's see what happens. That really helped my average. So a little flush here would be nice. But if it keeps pushing past 150, I got to get out because I'm a little heavy. Glad I trimmed out of those early entries though. I was being hard-headed. I waited till about 137 when I said 134, but I'm glad I got out of those. So when it made that push, I was only in, I think, 2,000 shares. But I might be taking a loss on this one, guys. Let's see what it does at this level. BBLG's moving. I hope so.
BBLG.
Let's go. Oh, and it's got a little float. Maybe it'll get some attention stolen. Cool. I'm not interested in it since I'm in heavy with TRIB, so I'm gonna just keep my eyes on this one. I hope it doesn't just flush and die. It's not really pushing. I don't know if this is going to be enough to steal attention. We need it to make its next leg up. Yeah, no. Thanks, Alex, for letting me know. I figured that's why you said it. Yeah, this one's been painful. I went ahead and trimmed a little at 141. That was a red trim, but getting my size down. There you go, BBLG. Let's do it. Push. It's got some levels about 285-ish. Yeah, I probably should just waited till it got to 150 before I got in it, to be honest. I had no idea it was going to get here, but it's only up 56%. That's why in hot markets, I prefer to wait for them to be up at least about 40, 50%. There we go. There we go. I'm break even now. Let's go. Or 135 is break even. Almost 136. 1.358. So trimmed a little here. I'm back to reasonable size. Again, took a little loss. I'm taking a bunch of little paper cuts on this one, but that's better than one big loss. Oh yes, BBLG is pushing. So that's probably why it broke a new high. So let's go. Whoo. And again, if you're new, again, not educational purposes only, I tend to get in some of these early. I know I do. And that's why the importance of just like waiting for a key level. Because remember here, I was like, I don't know where to add size at. And then I found it. And then I added 4,000 shares up here. I originally told you 3,000, but I ended up adding another one at, I'll have to check, I think maybe 151, just in case it did push past 150. And it did. So that's kind of how I, even if I average up a little small size, I'll add like one, just like it cannot go past this level, or I have to cut where I add size, and it usually bails me back out. So again, I'm not saying I'm victorious with this one, but it definitely helped. What I should have done was trim completely out right here, waited for it to push here. Then I would have had 4,000 with my average like 149. I would have banked, but hindsight's 2020. You say, shouldn't we just wait for rotation next time? I mean, if that's how you want to trade, it's strange. You can't wait for something else to move, then enter the previous one that was moving. In the money now. Didn't think this was going to happen. Let's go. Took some profits at 130. Oh, is BBLG still pushing? Nice, 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 nice. Well, so that 280 level, I might be interested. Let me send an alert. 2.70. Create. So if it gets there, let me know. I'll go grab me some locates. Maybe I should, so they don't go up in price. But yeah, I'm completely out of TRIB. I got out at 130, so I'm gonna grab me some locates on BBLG. Oh, they're cheap. Good. Yeah, completely misplayed TIVC, but all good. Or TRIB. Survived it though. I'll have to review though, because somehow I ended up at 7,000 shares there. So maybe I didn't trim all of my position at one. Oh, I added at 140 right before it popped, I think. But yeah, somehow I ended up in 7,000 shares up here though, because I added 4,000. That would have meant I would have still in 3,000 though. I'll have to look back and see how that played out. That's probably why my average wasn't that hot. It was still only 130. I think it was 135, 136. But I'm out of it now, so I might still re-enter it at some point. But I'm gonna keep an eye on BBLG now too. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good pre-market session for me. I mean, I'm surprisingly somehow I'm still green from the play earlier, but barely, like barely. When I say barely, like I'm up like $29 today, I think. So see if TRIB bounces here. I'll play that 150 level again. So I'm keeping an eye on both these. I'm just waiting to see something I like. I want to see BBLG push a little bit more, or I want to see it fail like this, then recover back to 250. Then I might look for an entry. But look, you see in red, we see in green here. So missed the BBLG flush right here because I got in too early with TRIB. So I was trying not to get in too early with BBLG, but that's a nasty flush on it. Hope some of y'all caught it. Man, I'm missing them today. That's all right. So TRBE is starting to curl back up. So if it goes back to 150, I'm gonna play it. I got a bunch of orders from up here, so it's about to push to them. Please push to them. No, don't fail yet. Please don't fail. At least push to 150. I took a stab at 143. I'll probably regret it, but I'm in at 143,000 shares. Man, what a flush on BBLG. Man. Anybody catch that? CJ, I don't know why I said CG. I was mixing up BG and CJ. You catch that? Are you on today? You always catch these, it seems. So yeah, I'm only in 1,000 shares, 143. I have 1,000 at 147, 1,000 at 148, 149, 150, 151, and 152. And I just got impatient and added at 143. No really good reason. So here we go. So I'm already up to 3,000 shares. Let's see what happens. And then if it breaks and holds this level though, I'm gonna have to bail pretty quick. Caught it, but small. All right, I'm in 5,000 shares now. 147 is my average. Like I said, if it breaks and holds 150, I'm gonna have to bail though, and bail pretty quick. And if it happens, all good. That's part of trading. So we're up here getting my last fill. Did we break a new? Oh my gosh, I'm down 700 bucks on this thing now. So let's see if it comes back to reality. Okay, I'm gonna trim some here at 155. See what it does here. See if it holds this level or not. Added some at 154. But I'm not loving this one. So got out half my position at 152, so not too bad. Lost a few cents on it. So still in 4,000 shares, so maybe that wasn't half. I think that was 3,000 shares I just trimmed, but roughly half. It looks like it might not be able to hold this 150 level. Let's see what it does. HI or HIHO. Interesting. Oh, we push into 160. I gotta get out of this thing. If it breaks a new high, just no questions asked. I'm getting out of this one and not trading it anymore. So if it breaks 160, I'm just bailing. I'm not looking back. I'm not in as much size I was in, but yeah, this play, I'll be red on the pre-market session after this for sure. But I haven't had a red pre-market session in a while, so I was due for one. Now the goal is just keep it manageable. Yeah, this thing looks bullish. Got a good average though, 149. So it's just a little bit of a flush. If it comes back to VWAP, I'll be chill. But I don't want it to push before it does that. And that's where my front side trading has its, kind of shows its flaws a little bit with me having my order set there. Because when they fell immediately and a lot of other people don't have time to get into it, then it's a win. But if it busts through like this, then that was a terrible fill. So it's just got to take the good with the bad. $120 HO. Yeah, it's pushing. Let me do a little research on it. I gotta keep an eye on TRIB though. HIHO. Looks Chinese. Yeah, it is Chinese. 3 million float. It's pretty extended though. I'm grabbing some locates for it, but it's pretty sketchy looking. I wonder if it was trying to get up to 135. I might stab it close to 130, see what happens. And if it breaks 135, just bell. Okay. I got in a order 1,000 shares, 133. I'm gonna be tight with it. TRIB just pushed up, so I'm gonna have to trim out of that one. Bro, watch both these go against me now. Dang, Tribe rocked me. I'm out. I'm gonna add a little bit more to HIHO unless it breaks 135, and of course it did. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna add a little more right here. So I'm in 2,000 shares. Average is 134. Did this one have news? Yeah, it did. They plan to acquire 51% of something, but I don't know what it is. So I'm down 700 bucks on the morning. Let that loss get a little too big, but I was bigger size, so that's how it happens. But up about 150 on HIHO, so let's see if it keeps dropping. Now up a little over 200. I want to see if it just completely drops at this point. But it might not because it already consolidated once and then pushed up, but I'm gonna hold on to it a little bit, see if it drops a little more. So on the 1 minute, it's on VWAP now. See if it holds it or breaks through. Kind of been honoring VWAP though, so maybe I should trim some here. I'm only in 2,000 shares though, but I want to see what it does here at VWAP. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it. I'm down, so I need a good win. And 830 is not too far away, so I'm about to. If it gets closer to 135 again, I'm gonna add some more size. Added a little more, 131. So I'm in 3,000 shares. Then I got another order waiting at 135. Now TRIB's trying to give it back. See if I get my 135 fill. I did not. And now we're at 140. So I'm covering some here so it doesn't go against me too hard. And I might wrap up after this, guys. I can't win today.
HIHL.
So where'd you say the 200? Somebody said the 200 was near, right? Oh, they're right here. Jeez, okay, good deal. So I'll play it up to this, and then I might call it a day here soon. So now I'm down 869 on the day. That's super manageable though. So I'm actually, obviously I want to be green, but that's still somewhat manageable, or very manageable. So wait and see if it pushes a little higher. TRIB's coming back to 150. I'm pretty sure I covered at the top. BMRA. Not bad, not bad. If it pushes to, what is this? Maybe like $3. BMRA pushing up. Let me grab some locates for it. So I'm back in the money with HIHO. Well, I'm not sure what happened there. HIHO. Probably should close it, but instead I'm gonna write out these 4,000 shares. Oh, never mind. Only 2,000. That's right. I closed 2,000. So I'm only in 2,000 shares now. Yeah, I'm not trying to lie to you. It's just hard to see this on the dang mobile. Oh, and look where BMR went. Right to that level. I wasn't ready for it though. And that's what I was trading on this one, thinking it would do that with this level, but it did not. I'm just going to leave BMRA alone at this point. Just focus on HIHO, the sketchy Chinese one. Let's see if it pushes to the moving averages. 830 now. added some here at 148. And then if it breaks over oh my gosh, I'm getting rocked on this one too. Let's see. Now I had some orders waiting here in 160, so let's see if we get a flush or if it keeps pushing. So I'm slapping it like in the 160s right now. Okay, cool. So I added 3,000 shares up here. So let's see. I'm in a total of 6,000 shares. Let's see what happens. And TRIB is completely flushing. Jeez. 144. Man, I traded like garbage today. And now it's pushing up. Let's see. See what it does here at this level. And if it breaks a new high and keeps pushing, then I got to get out. There we go. A little bit more of a flush. I'd appreciate it. Uh-oh, shows no shares available too, so that's not a good sign. So if it breaks a new high here, I'm gonna just stop out and call it a day. It's just one of those days. A lot of this was controllable. I got in early for a lot of these plays. And the one I didn't get in early, BBLG, was a clean flush. There we go. Flush just a tad bit more, please.
Memo.
M-A-M-O. Ooh, a pretty strong pop. We're in no man's land though. That's a little nerve-wracking. Probably should try to get an entry on this one. What is it? 3 million share. Oh, 88% insider ownership. I'll probably pass on that one. And I'm still in heavy with HIHO. So it's probably about to go against me. It's been the trend this morning. So we'll pass on MAMO because of the insider ownership. It could flush. That's a nice little pop, but it's in kind of no man's land on the daily. And it's got really high institution or insider ownership, 88%. I like that something else is getting attention though. I hope it keeps pushing. Is it flushing or pushing? Dang it, it's flushing. Oh goodness. Let's see. I'm feeling good about HIHO. Like if this thing goes against me at this point, it is what it is. But like it's you can't say it's not acknowledging these 200. So a lot of times when it'll at least acknowledge it like it's doing, you'll get at least some type of flush off of it. before it pushes. But it's Chinese. It's relatively low float, so anything's game. But I don't feel like I'm just like blindly holding and praying. Like, this is a pretty good setup. I just wish my first entry was up here. Rushed into plays today though. There we go. I'm in the money now. Trim some. Probably should trim it all, but I won't hold on to 3,000 just to see, because I was in 6,000. See if that's all it wanted to go. TRIB, probably should leave that ticker alone, but it's pushing now. Dang, man, I was hoping MAMO would push, and of course I don't play the one with high institutional ownership and all these warning signs, and it just flushes like a freaking beauty. Look at this. Jesus Christ, I just picked the wrong tickers today. There we go. There we go. Up 400 on these. Keep flushing. I'm just holding. I need a miracle. Trim some at 129 though. Or 130. Press 129, but I didn't get filled to 130. That really helped though. That helped a lot. And again, guys, learning lesson here, I guess, is don't get in too early and wait for good key levels. There's a reason why I like the 200s. The problem is, like I said before, like usually when I get in early, I still find a way to make money on the play, but the best move is just to wait for it to get to a level you feel good at. But then the two I didn't do that on, look at MAMO. This was in no man's land and just completely flushes. And then the same thing happened with BBLG. So I just picked the wrong tickers today, and that happens sometimes. Then look, BBLG, that's like the two I didn't play. And then the ones I did play grinded up. So it's part of the game. That's why I said I was due for a red morning, because I haven't had a red day this month, and the month's almost over. So but I'm only down 456 bucks now, realized, after trimming HIHO. So I'll get that back in intraday if I feel like there's a setup that presents itself, or after hours. I've been doing after hours almost every session, but I don't think I'll be able to do it today, guys. I got a dang call I got to be on at 3:30, so it'll probably go till 4. So I'm just hanging out, holding these last HIHO just to see if it falls a little bit more. What's this level it's struggling at? Oh, that was where it popped previously. Okay. So it acknowledged it on this side of it, but let's see if it flushes a little more. It says HIH, not Chinese though. What is it then? Hong Kong? They act the same. Hong Kong tickers are just as sketchy as Chinese tickers. Oh, and that's what you said, Magnus Book. Yeah, if we want to get technical, yeah, it's not Chinese, but their profile and the way they act is very similar. PR said, what did he say? Yeah, I agree. Just wanted to point it out. Yeah. That's why I trade too much. And that's the truth. I should just wait for a few setups, like A plus setups like this, and just go ham on them. Maybe as I mature, that's what I'll turn into. But I'm tempted to add some right here, honestly, on HIHO since it's struggling so much, and just have a really tight stop on it. I haven't yet, but I'm thinking about it. Okay, I added at 134. If y'all knew how much I just added, y'all would think I was insane. Let's see if it plays out. Oh, it is so far. Let's see a drop. Let's see a drop. And your boy's green on the morning. Let's go. I added 5,000 shares there. Let's go. Up $95 on the morning. Let's go. I'm probably more excited about this 95. And I still have 1,000 running right here. I should have held more, but yeah, up 95 realized, and I'm still holding 1,000. So I'm gonna wrap up here, guys, because this was a rough one. This was a rough one, but all good. And you don't even have to, like, I shouldn't be. It's probably bad practice celebrating that I won it all back, but my losses never got unreasonable, so it was all within striking range. But I'm gonna take this $95 with a smile on my face because I feel like I picked every wrong ticker, played them as wrong as I possibly could, and still somehow came out green. So I'll take that as a win. So on that note, guys, I'm going to wrap up, and I will see y'all later in the group.